right, welcome YouTube land. Welcome to the Big Whitetail Guy YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go over my 2025 mobile setup. I've seen a lot of questions on Facebook, a lot of people asking questions, you know, how to do this, how to do that, and I've tinkered with this now for a few years and I figured I would give my input and maybe I can help somebody. I've kind of learned some from frustrations and how to do things and make it more simple. I believe in keep it simple, stupid for real. If it's complicated or if it seems like a chore, ditch it. Because if that's the case, then it'll make you not want to use that gear. And if you don't want to use that gear, you're not going to want to go in the woods. It's going to keep you out of the woods. And that's not good. We're trying to get in the woods and kill some deer. Now, I apologize if you're hearing a bunch of background noise. There's a hurricane outside basically. There's a very strong winds today and I'm gonna try to go outside and shoot this to show you how I use this from going from the ground up to about 16 feet. That's where my setup will pretty much max out at. And from my experience, that's more than enough. A lot of times I'm trying to just get around that 13 to 15 foot range anyway and tuck into lower branches or just try to not be seen. I don't like sticking out off the side of a tree. I don't care if I'm 30 foot in a tree. If I'm hanging off with nothing around me, I feel uncomfortable. So don't do that unless you have to. Sometimes that's all you got, and I get it. I've done it, and I do it because that's what you got, and you just try to be still and make it work. But let's get into the setup. So this year, I got a new bag. I got the Latitude Ranger 11. And I don't know if I'm going to actually run it forever. I like it. It's a good bag, but I really like compartmental storage. I like things to have a space, a designated area, not just open up a zipper, chunk something in there, and then you got things in there banging and rattling against each other. Like, just not a fan of it. I ended up putting this Kafaru pouch on here and taking a little small rig pouch thing I have that holds tools. I'll show you guys that. See what a little more close up here in a minute. This holds my lav mics are in here. Stays in here. And then I put batteries and some other gear inside there. Camera obviously goes in here. It's pretty. I mean, it's just a bag. You know, everybody's got their own setup on their bags. I keep a bungee cord off to the side just in case I need it. And that's really about it for the bag. I keep my light on here sometimes. Sometimes I put it on my hat and leave it there. It's a Nebo Micro 400. It's at Walmart for like, I want to say I paid like 12 bucks for it. But it's USB-C charged, which is great. And it gives off a lot of light if you need it. And if you also want a little bit of light, which is about usually what I'm trying to do, I want 15 lumens or less a lot of times when I'm going into the woods. Especially in stands that I have pre-hung. A lot of times I actually try to get in there without any lights, if possible. I keep the lights at a minimum. But anyway, when I'm coming out or if I'm tracking, I like to have a good light, and that checks off the box. So I run a pocket arm, pretty common. I run a newer, that's the brand newer fluid head for the camera. One thing I love about this is it has a self-leveling bowl. And you really need that to have your camera sitting level, because you can have it level back here at the tree. You think you set it up, you're good to go. You run the arm out, you put your camera on there, and she's cockeyed, leaning forward or something. So this will allow you to quickly just compensate for whatever flaw you have back at the tree and having it mounted, and it works great. And it'll tuck right into the back of this pouch back here, which I kind of wish Latitude would have made a little bit shorter, like maybe 2 inches shorter, so that the fluid head won't have to try to get in through this hole here. It's a little tight, but it works. It goes right in. I've got gear ties across the top here. I use some of the Molly straps, runs gear ties in, and I run that for a reason. You could use compression straps, which is a great way to attach bags to a tree stand, but I like using these because if I need to take this off and use it for some reason while I'm in the tree, I have them. So let's get into the stand. Obviously, I run a Lone Wolf 0.75. The 0.5 looks like it would be great to take into the woods and carry it around. But I'm only 5'9". I'm 5'10" with a good pair of shoes, 230 pounds. I like to have a little bit of room in my stand, just a little bit. And I have a big old bootay, so I need a good sized seat. This is a large seat. And I run my bow cord across the seat. I keep it attached here, and I'll show you that later. And there's a reason why I do that. Maybe because I forgot it once, and I said I'll never do that again, because going down and have to go get your bow really sucks. Anyway, I use 20-inch double sticks with 8ers, and I'll explain those more once we get outside as well. I keep it nice and secured with a Tighten strap. You don't need to have that because I use the tree stand strap to keep everything secure as well, but it keeps it really tight, and I like that because I don't want it clanging and banging. And I'll show you how I put my bag on the stand, and that'll kind of be, I guess, it for in here. And we'll try to go outside. I know you can't really see. Once again, I'll get some close-ups. But I run bungee cord off the bottom, attached to the bag, and Lone Wolf has hooks on the seat platform. And then I take my gear tie, run it through the stand, run it over top, just give it a little twist. We'll do the same thing over here, run it through the top, bring it over, a little twist, attach this here. I usually have a vinyl harness on, but all set up. Once I put my camera inside the bag, I think I'm running around 20 pounds. I'm sorry, probably all around that mic right now. But anyway, that's ready to go into the woods, just like that. And it's pretty light, pretty compact. I love carrying it into the woods over anything else. But maybe one day I'll venture down these one sticking and saddle tree dapper groups one day. But for now, this is what I use. It's what I like. And let's go outside. All right, it's blowing 100 miles out here. I really need a cameraman for this, but I'm going to pretend that we just arrived to our tree and I'm all geared up. I'm going to pretty much just unpack as I go up the tree, and I'll be doing this kind of slow, demonstrating what I'm doing. Hopefully it makes sense, but let's get to it. I made another upgrade this year. I'm running the XOP Holiday harness. Something when I first saw a couple years ago when people were using the kill deer or whatever harness it was, I was like, that is stupid. I would never use that. Now here I am using it, and I actually really like it. We'll demonstrate that as well. So pretty much this is how I'm set up going into the woods almost every time. I got my binocular harness. I like having my binos on me, also cell phone holder, lav mic holder, range finder, and I always have my grunt call if I need it. It's right there, boom, and my wind indicator, which is inside of here. That when I'm in the tree, I'll unzip, leave it unzipped so I can just grab it, puff, 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 puff. Or there's actually milkweed in there too. Sometimes I'll use that. So that's the pouch setup. All right, and the bow, nothing special, just the Bowtech Revolt. Not that that really matters, but I did get a new quiver this year. I've got this red line quiver that ended up getting it shipped to my door. They had a sale going on for like 70 bucks. It's just like a tight spot. It's real low profile. I went with 3 arrows because I got thinking one day, I was like, why do I need 5 arrows, 6 arrows in the woods? Like, I've never used more than 2. And if I use 3 arrows and I still haven't killed what I'm trying to kill, I need to just go home. So I actually really like it. Again, it kind of keeps things more simple, which is what I really like. And it's low profile, and the arrows are up high enough that when I use my bow holder that's on my stand, which is also something I like, it's out of the way and I can leave the arrows on the bow, which is something I used to never do. But now I like having the arrows on the bow because I figured, you know, if you shoot and you mess up and your arrows are attached to the tree, what good is that? It's not any good. Not any good. So now I can shoot, miss, reload, shoot again. Hopefully I won't have to, but I could, essentially. So we're going to pretend that I've gotten to the tree, and this is a fairly common sized tree for me. Sometimes a little smaller. I'm going to put the bow on the ground, take my stand off, take the bag off, throw the bag there for now. Now I'll take the strap off. This is why when you buy this kind of stuff or get this kind of gear, it's important to practice this. Don't just buy it and run into the woods and think you're gonna love it, because you're probably not. Go ahead and take my bow rope. I don't know what I was getting ready to call it, but bow rope. Go ahead and attach that. So once I get the sticks set off to the side, I'll go ahead and just attach my bow, and I just take the gear tie. I use a gear tie again because, once again, if I need a gear tie for something, I have it, and it's not clinking like a carabiner would, making a lot of noise. So that's pretty much set, ready to go, the stand and the bow. All right, at this point, now I'm going to start attaching the bag back to my stand to go up the tree. This is where I used to struggle a lot of times, was how do I get my bag and my bow up the tree with a stand on my back. But now I just bring it up, take the stand, put it back on here, and I use my gear ties again. But there's a hook up here up top. Another great thing about lone wolf, they have hooks everywhere, but there's a hook on this post. Take the gear tie, just kind of shove it in there. Take the other side, kind of just mash it in there as well. Sometimes I'll attach these back down here. It's not something I have to do, but security reasons, why not? So anyway, that's on there. We're ready to go up the tree at this point. And obviously, if you have your bow rope attached to you, know where it's at. So let me get into my sticks real quick. Before we go up the tree, I want to explain how I run these. But I use daisy chains to attach the sticks to the tree. And I run 8ers to be able to get a little higher. Now this year I made a tweak, and I run Amsteel single step 8ers. But this year, on the bottom stick, I'm running a 2-step Amsteel 8er that I got off Etsy, and I believe it's the Whitetail Guy that's on there that makes them. But it's a 2-step for the bottom stick. I really like that. It helps me get a little bit higher if I need it. And today, I'm gonna try to like stretch this out and show you like how I would go up a tree that's naked, so I can at least get as high as I can get. Like I said, I'm gonna try and stretch this out as much as I can, but I don't want something not being framed. So right about there, just gonna take my my daisy chain. One thing I like about these being so long, a lot of times I can double them. Today, not being the case. But on most trees, I can actually double wrap these, and they're super, super, super tight. But today, we're just gonna go with one wrap. And I just X and X and X it till I get to a point where I can just connect it right there. And that's it. And I'll come underneath if I have slack and just do something like this just to get rid of the slack. That's a great thing about having these bungees as well, because you just loop them on there like that. And that's all. Now, one thing I do is I only hunt with 2 sticks. I don't like using more than 2 sticks, because trying to bring up 3, 4 sticks, to me, just it gets complicated and I get frustrated, and it's just too much. There's too much clanging and banging. You're trying to hang stuff off of you. I don't like doing that. So this is why I use 2 sticks, and I think it's probably one of the best methods you could do out there. Now when I get to this height, hopefully I'm in that camera, but when I get to this height, this is where I take my second stick and just put it between my legs. Take off my lineman's, hook it into my other side, make sure nice and tight. All right, now we're going to do the second stick. And for me, that's about pretty much right in my chest. I am going to get 2 wraps on this one. Hook it, pull the slack around. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. This is where things can get a little wonky, but what I do is just take my stand off. I'll go ahead and unhook my bag. Don't let go of it. This is where having the bottom thing strapped on comes in nice, because it sits right there. And now we put on the tree stand. Let me take it off the hook. A lot of times I will attach this on the second step if I want to get up as high as I possibly can. And originally I was saying in the video I was going to try to get as high as I could, but I just want to get on here right now. If you got any slack with your line, just tuck it in and get it out the way. Now we're going in. And this is always very important. Toe hook the stand. And usually I need to get the stand a little higher than this so it doesn't go to my daisy chain down there. There we go. We're good now. Nice and tight. Now we have to disconnect, unfortunately. But it's quick. Disconnect. A lot of people are screaming right now, and I get it, but it's quick. Falling happens quick too. We're connected now. Put this loop on here. All right. Take the bag off. I feel like I didn't. I do have it. I thought I forgot my pocket arm, but it's right here. So anyway, once I get up here and I reconnect, it's time to set up. It's not really wide enough, but at this point, I'm pretty much set up. Just gonna kind of pull the zippers up a little bit so it doesn't flop around as much. And I just hang this. I hang it right off the old hook here on my camera on. That's it. I move this down here. Loosen up so I can sit down. Spin around, sit down. Now, this looks like it's taking a really long time, but it's fairly quick once you're not trying to record things and try to get step-by-step processes here. But now it's time to grab the old bow. It's another reason why I like having this attached, and you got to get used to this being attached here and kind of remembering that this is in your way, or could be in your way. But go ahead and let's lift her on up here. Picked up the hitchhiker. Take your gear tie off. Just let her go. And now what we're going to do here is just, I'm going to kick out my I'm just going to kick this out. Get my foot out of the way so y'all can see. We kick that out. I'm going to put my bow in the holder. I'll take an arrow out and knock it, obviously. But at this point, I'm ready. I'm ready to hunt. I'm probably going to just put the camera right there like I'm doing right now and just start talking to it. How you doing? This is the Big Whitetail Guy non-killing hunting channel. And I'm ready to hunt. And I'm every bit of probably 15 foot, because I didn't really stretch like I wanted to. So I'm at least 15 foot to the platform. Pretty close to it. And I mean, that's it. It's really pretty simple. I'll kind of show you quickly how I get down, which is pretty much everything in reverse, but I don't carry the stand down. I just drop it, but I don't drop it. I'll show you. See, normally I have about a foot drop there. I'm really trying to get up higher in the tree. This part, pretty simple. Just take it off. I'm gonna hold the strap by the tail. Kind of just do it quietly though. And from this point, I gotta go down more just a little bit. And I can sit down and just let it go. So that, in a nutshell, is pretty much how I mobile hunt. I get up and down a tree. If you got any questions, drop them down below. I'll try to answer them. You can DM me on Big Whitetail Guy on Instagram. You know, I can try to demonstrate things even more clear if there's something you want to see. This is probably not as polished of a video as I wanted to have, but if I was waiting for somebody to come film me and help me out, I'd probably be waiting a while. My wife does help me out quite a bit, but she's a busy person, so I'm not gonna ask her to help me with something like this when I can pretty much handle this on my own. I hope I got pretty much everything kind of covered. I think I did. Like I said, it's just repetition. If you want to get good at this, you got to come up with a gear, a plan. You know, get your gear, get it set how you like it, tweak things, you know, customize things to your wants and needs, and get in here behind your house like I am, or in the woods somewhere, and just practice. Go up and down, up and down, up and down. And you'll get a system. And eventually you can take like what I have here and go up and down a tree less than 5 minutes. I mean, probably quicker than that once you get good at it. I'm just being conservative, thinking, you know, when you're hunting, you're trying to go slow and quietly. You're not just dropping things. Like some of the stuff I did in the video was kind of quick, or I would drop things, or, you know, we're in the woods, I'm going to be more cautious. I'm going to make sure I don't have anything clanging and banging. But that's it. Get out there and practice, and just get in the woods, go kill some.